Calling me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Now I'm not gonna sing anymore. That was just a quick, just sample of something. I can't, I can't sing right now. Yeah, I can't sing right now. If everyone can navigate into the ballroom, we have some awesome prizes to give. We know our family time is about to wind down. We need a little more volume. I just was told a little more volume in the back. So everyone, if you can migrate towards the front, we want to give away some definite awards, not awards, but prizes. This has been your final time to stop by our vendors. Again, let's give our vendors a huge, huge thank you. It is wonderful to dine with them. We dine with them, we party with them, and we hope that they've enjoyed the conference as well. And then also visiting with them all along the way. So hopefully you have taken the time to stop by prior to, because we're going to do prizes from the vendors as well here in just a moment. But before we do that, we have an entertainment committee that is going to come up, and they are on their way up now after they get a bite of a cookie. Uh, hey, we're among family, right? They're coming up. Yay! This is Katidra Goddard and Gay Howard. They're going to do a few drawings. We know that as the theme was, we are family. We had a lot of games throughout, and so we want to give these games away. Did everyone get a ticket before we start drawing? Anyone need a ticket? We have one person? Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so for the first game, and you must be present to win, we are not going to mail out sorry in operation. We're just not going to do it. Okay, so the first thing is sorry, the giant sorry game. Awesome. Anyone? And we're going to draw. Woohoo! And this will be ticket at the end. The last three is 468. 468. 468. Woo! Congratulations on your sorry game. Woo! Next, we have ooh, let's show them. This is awesome. Look at this. Don't y'all want this? I see I see you. And it has saltwater taffy in it. Okay, let's see. Please don't let me drop it. There we go. All right. 460. 460. Oh, I thought she was coming. Okay. Okay. We only stay quick. 473 for saltwater taffy. Yay! This is your lucky day. Oh, we have a box too, so you can travel safely. Okay, next up, how many of you saw our giant tic-tac-toe? Anyone get a chance to play giant tic-tac-toe? Have a few people. Okay, 5-0-3. Tic-tac-toe. Woo! Um, Operation brings back memories, yeah. Okay, this game right here. I mean, it brings back memories. Can I see it? How many of you played this game? Come on now, come on. I know someone wants this game. Okay, let's see. 4-4-3. Your tweezers are no longer safe. Okay, whichever one. Okay, sequence is our next game, and that is 5-0-0. 5-0-0. I think y'all need to buy the lottery ticket today. Y'all are like hot over there. Okay. Oh, I need a thingy. All right. Let's see. Monopoly. 4-5-8. Monopoly deal. 4-5-8. No one. Okay, going once. Going twice. Okay. Okay, next is 4-4-1. Oh, nobody wants it. That's the real deal. 4-4-1. Oh, yay! Look at that. Okay. Thank you. When's the last time you saw this? We are family back in the day, right? This is a game, though. Okay, so this might be worth something one day, guys. 4-7-8. 4-7-8. Oh, Elena. Oh! Congratulations. Okay, I think this is a sensitive game. Pandemic. Hopefully, you won't catch anything. 4-6-5. 4. Oh my goodness. This is. Okay, which one? Okay. Bananagrams. All right. Here. All right. 4-7-6. Yay! I'm trying to see more. Can I do it? Can I do it? My last name's not Brady. You want me to do it? Oh. So, guys, I know you were really loving our t shirts yesterday, right? They are not tied to a year. We specially designed them so that we could remind ourselves that we are family because we were stuck for 2 years. And so the committee, which again, if the committee can stand up, anyone who has served on this team that has helped host this particular one, please stand up. Please stand up. Awesome. Y'all, please look around, and please, if you see them on the way out, tell them thank you for helping make this a successful conference. It takes a team. So, these are available on your app, so you can go in and you can buy these on your app as well. And so, we ask and encourage you, not only that, to buy these, but you also have other gear that's available to you as well. So, the first person is Elsa Charm. Is it Elsa Charm? Yay! Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. The next person is Kirk Black. And many thanks to Lisa. We didn't have, she really made these so nice to hand out. Okay. Willis Johnson. Willis Johnson. Okay. Sandy, is it Fant? Sandy Fant? SANDYFANT? Okay. That's another redraw. Okay. Rita. Rita. Rita Mitra. Yes! For which size? Okay. So, y'all are testing my eyesight. Is there a Hester? Is there a Hessner? Is that Hester? Heather. Oh, Heather Medley. Heather? Heather Medley? Okay, that's a lot. Okay. Lori Hill. Yay. Nanette Cook. I know Nanette. I saw her. Yay. Is there Miles? Is there Miles Young? Miles Miles, first name? No, going once, going twice. Okay. Okay, how about Julie Myers? Yay! Yay! This only at TxDLA can you win something, right? Ah, thank you. You're welcome. This is Joseph. Joseph Hoffman. Yay. welcome. I saw you stand up earlier. You knew you were winning, right?
Scott.
Is there a Katrina Jones Moore or mine? Katrina? Katriva? Okay, is she here? You just want us to draw again, right? Is she here? Oh, okay. Angelica Martinez. Yay! Is this the right one? This is the right one? Okay. Jenga? Oh, those are. No, Jenga. Oh. Okay. TxSmith has a free Snagit and Camtasia bundle. Ooh. So, let's see. For those of you that took time to fill out the form, is this it? Are you sure? 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2. Going once, going twice. Y'all are like, yes! Oh. 4, 0, 8. 4, 0, 8. Oh my gosh. Look, do I need to check mine? Oh, we got. Oh! Thank you. Oh, you're the only one. Awesome. Okay. Were y'all sad you didn't get that first one? Guess what? There's another one. Yay, TxSmith. Yay. I think I gave it to me already. No, I have to draw again. 4, 0, 7. 4, 0. No, 4, 0, 7. Is this her coming? Oh no. Oh, okay. Let's try again. 4, 5, 6. Woo! Yay! Congratulations. Okay. Uh-oh, I just need one. Okay, how many of you had fun playing Jenga? 4, 3, 6. Yay! It might be worth some money in this room. Okay, let me see one of those. So this is a track it for your keys or a bag. You know, you sometimes don't know where things are. Harmonize gave 429 gave these away, and so the first one, we've got 4 of these, is 4, 2. Going once. Going twice. 3 times. 4, 1, 5. 4, 1, 5. Yay! Okay. These are all stuck together. 4, 1, 3. 4, 1, 3. Going. Did I hear someone? Oh! Yay! Whoops. Let's see. 4, 0, 2. Yay! Are y'all doing like a clean sweep over there? Like the whole row is like. You got one more? Yes. Okay. Last track it for the day is 4, 0, 0. Oh, yay! Let me see one of the bags. Oh, just let me see one. Okay, and this is Galveston College. Has a swag bag full of goodies, y'all, full of goodies. And we have 3 of these to give away. They're kind of weighty. Thank you, Galveston College. Yay, Galveston College. All right. So we have 3 of these. Let's see. 5, 0, 8. Yeah! Your telepathy finally worked. She's been sitting there trying to give me a number, y'all. All right. 4, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. I accidentally drew 2. I feel obligated to call it. If I threw this back in, y'all, if I drew 2, I would probably have to run out of the building. 4, 3, 1. 4, 3, 1. Going once. It might not be. Going twice. 3 times. Okay. One more.
Rhonda says to give it to somebody else. She's trying to make the rest of y'all feel better.
A true Hall of Famer. Take one for the team. Let's try this again. 4, 3, 9. 4, 3, 9. Ah! Congratulations. Okay, guys, we know we've got a lot going on, but we also have some more prizes that are going to take place with John. John's got some stuff. And Rhonda.
What did you call that?
They've got some items from vendors, and they're going to, with their roaming mic, share some information about that.
Well, first, thank you to all of our vendors and sponsors this year. You make this possible. Digital Resources already pulled their tickets and they brought the prizes up here, so you don't have to be present to win. So we got Sean Taylor. Sean, really a great Altec Lansing speaker there. Congratulations, Sean. What do we have here, Rhonda?
Visha.
I gave you the hard one, Vishal Mathura from UNT, North Texas. And one more,
Lori Moreau.
also from UNT, so congratulations. So we're going to take our show on the road here. We're going to go around a little bit and talk to some of our vendors, and a lot of them either already pulled names or they want us to pull names. Or we may even have Janelle pull a name for us, or a ticket. So we'll see what we got here. We'll start out with Turn It In here if she's here. She's coming, she's running. So we've got 3 prizes from Turn It In, and she's going to have Rhonda pull tickets here out of the bag. Oh, just names, even better.
Hopefully they're here.
Alinda, what are we giving away today?
A variety pack of Turn It In stuff plus a $10 Starbucks gift card.
Laura Sheehy.
Laura Sheehy. There she is, she's coming. So that's one of them. Let's pull another one.
Russell Van Hoos.
Russell, are you with us?
CISR High School Program. Nope.
Is it a must be present to win, Alinda, or are you going to get them to them? Oh, gotta be here.
Bradley Dennison. From College of the Mainland. Okay.
Oh, I just summoned them to. Try the paper, yeah, with the gift cards, yeah.
Okay. Mary Spite.
Mary, are you here? There she is.
Emily Monteo.
Montero, all right. And thank you very much, Turn It In. We hope to have you back next year. All right, let's go over. We have one more. We're going to Smarter Services.
Okay, so we have 2 prizes. One's a little gift pack that you could take with you, a Buc-ee's little mascot and some snacks. And the other is an online Amazon gift card, which if that person's not here, we will send that to them. But the Buc-ee's, we will keep moving till we have somebody who's on location, okay? So I need you to pick a number between 1 and 25.
14.
14. So Charlene Stubblefield, are you here?
Charlene's here. Let's do another one. Are we doing the same thing here? Pick another one. How about 24?
24, and that is Alita Cantuli.
Alita. And that'll be the gift card, so Alita. They'll work that out, so we'll be good. We're going to thank Digital Resources for already drawing their name, so thank you very much. We'll stop by, D2L is doing theirs by survey this year, so if you did their survey, you have a chance to win. So we'll keep moving here. Reed Speaker. So Reed Speaker, you have a great little JBL USB speaker. It looks like waterproof. We're ready to go with this, so we're going to have Rhonda.
They can actually shower and listen to music if you want to, so get ready for some tunes.
All right, we'll have Rhonda draw a name here. Must be present to win, she says.
Ron
Ron Stafford or Staffold or?
Ron Stafford from NETC.
Ron Stafford from NECC. We're going to draw another name here.
Dirk Riker. Oh, NETC again. Debbie Reese from HHS.
Debbie's here. All right, we got Debbie. Debbie, come back to Reed Speaker to get your prize.
And by the way, if anybody has not grabbed a USB extender, I have 3 left on my table as well as candy. So going once, going twice, and that's it.
They look substantial. You should come get one. So, Canvas is also handling their door prize after the event. So they've already got their name, so they'll handle that. We'll go to syllabus management here real quick. And I think I had. How are you doing yours today?
We are giving away a $45 Amazon gift card.
Okay. And you have a name for us?
Yep.
Texas Reardon.
Texas, is he here?
Is this a must-be present to win?
Yes.
Okay.
Second person.
Kelly Schaefer.
Oh, Kelly's gone. Oh, we're going to have Rhonda draw one
It
here.
pays
so.
to stay, guys. It pays to stay.
Oh, Greta Spradling.
Greta's still here with us. There she is. Congratulations, Greta. And thank you for exhibiting with us this year. IntelliBoard's handling theirs. Oh, you have tickets. Okay. We're going to draw for you. Okay. So.
Hi, friends. We've got 2 $25 Amazon gift cards. Have to be present to win.
Janelle, we're going to have you draw. We're going to have you draw these 2 for us.
Y'all like gone. Four, 0. 4, 0. I'll take it. Can I do that? Do what? We went 3 times. She had 448. Are you okay with that? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right. Congratulations. Woohoo.
I didn't want to be biased.
Janelle, we need one more.
Y'all, I couldn't be biased. She's with HHS. I was like. 4, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2. Going once, going twice, 3 times. Okay. 4, 0, 3. Yay, guys!
All right. So she'll work out how to get that gift card to you as well. So PSI Testing Excellence already selected the winners of their Yeti Scramblers that they were giving away. So they've already been notified, I think. So sounds good. And did I miss anybody else that was giving away a door prize today from the vendor community? If anyone else, let me know. I think everyone else already made arrangements with their winners, so I think we're done. Thank you to all of our vendors, and we hope to have you back next year.
Okay, guys, don't leave. We've got a couple of more things to do and a keynote that will close us out phenomenally regarding hybrid. But before we do that, we have a small, brief business meeting that will be led by our current president, Dr. Alana Cantuli. And don't forget, we got more prizes.
Just waiting on my presentation.
I can move this. Oh, look at that. Just waiting on my spiffy screen to come on. While we're waiting, if you all can, y'all should have all gotten a little alert on your app that says, please fill out the conference survey. So that is a little bit different from the surveys that you all have already been filling out for the sessions. This is going to be overall. How do you feel about us? So if you can fill those out with absolutely any part of your experience that you want to, that is going to be really valuable for us. So it will take a quick minute of your time to do that. Again, it's in your app. You'll find it, I think, at the end of the menu that says, it says overall conference survey or overall survey, something like that. I'll give you all some time to do that while my presentation comes to us. I don't know. I'll just run without it. It'll be fine. All right, I'm going to start the show while they're starting the show. Just to save time, I'm going to try to be as quick and painless as possible with this meeting as I can, and no promises. But first of all, I want to welcome you, of course, to our 2022 annual membership meeting. You made it. Thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate you for that. With that, I'm going to officially call this meeting to order. Ms. Janelle said, I'm Dr. Aleda Cantuli. I am your current TxDLA president. I am also the director of digital learning and academic innovations at Texas A&M University Corpus Christi. Woo! All right. So we have, if my slides come up, somebody just go, so that way I know. I want to start with some important updates that have happened within the year that we felt that y'all should know about. First things first, you kind of already know that we went through this little name shift. So, of course, as we have been telling you this whole time, Distance has gone digital. And so this was not something that we thought of in one day and said, you know, let's do this tomorrow. This has been some time coming. I think about 5+ years ago, TxDLA leadership got together and decided that it was time for us to begin the efforts to move us into this new digital era. And so I'm really proud, as a lot of us are, to say that we are there now and we are thriving and we are ready to move forward and see what is coming. Yes, thank you. Welcome. There you go. Oh, no. There you go. All right, here we are. Of course, the future has always looked bright with TxDLA, but now with this name change and with the momentum that we have with it, we're not only bright, we're like blinking lights in Las Vegas bright. We are ready, we are here, and I think everybody is just as excited as we are. Do y'all agree? Yes? All right, thank you. Awesome. All right, second big update. If y'all recall, around, I think it was about November, y'all got an email from TxDLA saying that there was an important update with our USDLA membership. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that, just to put that in context and to give y'all a little bit more information on that. So the email that you received consisted of some updates to our USDLA membership affiliation. So since then, of course, if you've kind of gone through that, I'll kind of explain a little bit of what that had in there. But since then, we've made a very difficult decision to disassociate from USDLA as a chapter. So what does this mean for you? It doesn't impact your TxDLA membership at all. Your membership is separate. Your membership with us is separate from your USDLA membership. And so just a reminder, with your conference registration, you get your membership. So you are good to go there. As of July 1, 2021, USDLA is charging dues for all individual memberships. Joining USDLA is your decision. again, it is not tied together with your TxDLA membership. One does not depend on the other and vice versa. If you would like to still be a member of USDLA, that is completely okay. We are not going to tell you not to do that. Again, just keeping in mind that you will have to cover that cost from here on out. If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to any of our board members, myself, or our manager, Lisa Tomcio. We will be happy to talk through this with you and to help close any gaps that you might have within this situation. I felt like it was really important to note that TxDLA has had a really long-standing relationship with USDLA as an organization and with USDLA leadership. So this, as you can imagine, this decision was not an easy one to make. However, we really value our membership and we value our mission, and we really use those two things to guide our decision. And we definitely thank USDLA for their past support, for their camaraderie, but we're looking forward to the new beginnings that this change has to offer us, and we're going to take it and run with it. Last big thing is we have some bylaw changes that we want to address, and so the board of directors, well, okay, let me say this because I have to. With these new changes at the forefront that I just talked to y'all about, and in accordance with Article 12 of our bylaws, had to put that in there, make sure it's there. The TxDLA Board of Directors and an ad hoc committee that reviewed our bylaws pushed forward some recommendations to some for some bylaw amendments, and we're gonna vote on those next. There you go. So Monday, not yesterday. Monday, you all received an email with the bylaw amendments, and so I hope that y'all had some time to look at that. But with that, our parliamentarian is not here with us today, so for this meeting, I am going to make Rhonda Blackburn our parliamentarian, so that way we can make this as official as we can. So, with these bylaw amendments that you all have had and have had a chance to review, I would now like to ask for a motion from our membership to move forward these amendments. Yeah, to approve the bylaw changes or amendments. So, Kelly Irwin moves to adopt the amendments. Everybody wants a second? Okay. Harriet second. I heard Harriet first. Okay, with that, everybody, all in favor say aye. Or raise your hand. Aye. Okay. Not in favor say nay. Okay. Motion approved. Now, now with that, we do have 3 more amendments. Now that those are approved, we have 3 more amendments to bring forth to you to approve on that as well, to vote on that as well. So we had 2 minor typo corrections, one in Article 6, Section 2, to strike through the word 10, that was not originally struck through, and in Article 9, Section 2, Part C, to change the word of to or. So those are the 2 minor typo changes, and then we had 1 major correction. In Article 6, Section 3, the statement, an executive partnership council chair was struck through, how do you say that, struck through? Was stricken, thank you. And that should not have been the case. So the correction there is that is going to remain in our bylaws. So with those amendments, I would again like to ask for a motion to approve those new bylaw amendments. Okay, Joseph Doan makes a motion to approve the bylaw amendments. Do I have a second? All right, Trish. Janet. Sorry, Janet. And I know you, Janet, and I'm so sorry. Never gonna do this again, literally. All right. It happens in family. All right, all in favor? Not in favor. All right, motion passes. Thank you. Is that is that official? We're good? All right. All right. That was your hard work. Thank you. Y'all did great. Next thing, quickly, want to go over fiscal year financials. These financials are reflecting the dates from July 1, 2020 to June 30th, 2021. So overall net profit, 87,750, and then the assets you see there are 389,000. You are able to see the detailed financials if you would like. You just have to reach out to Lisa Thompson and she will share those with you. I am not at all able to give you any kind of discussion about financials. That's not my forte. All right, next, 2021-2022 big wins for TxDLA. So our last conference was April 2021. From that date until now, we have gained a lot of new family members. So last conference, yes. Thank you all. Last conference, we were at 663 members. Today, we have 710 members. And that's awesome. And that is all thanks to you all, your word of mouth. And we are very excited about that. We had, for Fall Leadership Workshop, we had about 27 attendees actively participating in our Fall Leadership Workshop that we put on last November. That was fully virtual, so that was a really good turnout, good conversations. We had keynotes by Dr. Anthony Edwards and Dr. Michelle Singh. They provided really valuable resources to help enhance the already great leadership that we have, and gave us some really good brainstorming sessions with some awesome ideas that came from that, and we will talk about those here in a little bit as well. But if you are interested in expanding your own leadership toolbox, or if you're interested in leadership opportunities with TxDLA, this is the workshop that you want to be at. So just keep on looking for those marketing emails, for those little in-your-ear blurbs about fall leadership, and we will get that going. That will be headed by Janelle Paul as well, so we will make sure that you all get everything that you need to for that. Next thing, our digital accessibility certificate. We are always very proud of this certificate and always put this in our big wins and our big highlights because it is a big deal. It is a very, I'm not going to say intense because that's not the right word, but it's a very prestigious, rigorous certification program. And we always have so many people sign up and complete and get the most out of this certification. So this time around, we have 50 participants already signed up so far, because you still have time to sign up, to complete this next round of the Digital Accessibility Certification Program. The next round will start April 4th. So if you want to sign up for that one, you want to sign up like here in the next week or so for that specific one. There are some other dates available. You can find that information on our website. All right. I got fired for calling Janet Trish. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. There was a Targus clicker found at the registration desk. In case that belongs to anybody, you might want to go get that before you leave. All right, now moving forward, what do we have for you? What do you have to look forward to? We are kicking off a new monthly series of free professional development webinars called Bite-Sized Learning. So these are interactive lunchtime webinars, so should be free calendars at that time. Recordings will be available for 2 weeks after the sessions happen, but indefinitely for TxDLA members, so that's exciting as well. The series kicked off on Tuesday, 22 back in February, with the first session that was Bridging the Gap, Bringing Together Family. So if you want more information about the upcoming sessions or about these bite-sized learning sessions, you can visit the website. Everything is on there ready for you to look at. So there's that. We are working on some initiatives that are going to help enhance our TxDLA journal. Our journal is called the Journal of Distance Education. We are working to enhance that, to make that a little bit more author-friendly, reader-friendly, to make sure that we are offering enough opportunities to help publish relative and valuable information for our fields today. We are also looking to bring forth a new certificate program, and this one is going to really focus on digital teaching and learning and everything that encompasses that. So that is still in the planning stages, but we're going to really focus on that. So instructional design, all of that fun stuff. Also, communities of practice. We are looking at planning some more, or some more, yeah, communities of practice, just to help facilitate some important conversations that everyone is having and that would be really beneficial for y'all to have together. Conversations about experiences that you're having that you would want to share, that you need to share, and then just offer some simple networking opportunities year round. All right. With that, I want to close by saying that I'm so happy that we are able to reunite as a family here, and I hope that you will continue your unwavering support to TxDLA. And I want y'all to always remember that here at TxDLA we are family, we will always be family, and we will always be your TxDLA. Right, that's my contact info in case anybody needs it. And with that, I close our membership meeting. Thank you all again for sticking with us. If you have any questions, you know where to find me with that or here. Thank you. Clickers, don't forget your clicker, whoever that belongs to. Do I stay here? No, I'm just kidding. No, I do not want to see you.
Two more items that were found. It looks like an earpod, if anyone's missing one. And then also a Targus clicker as well. So two more items if you lost them here at the front. Okay, guys, we're on the downswing. We have a couple more awards we want to acknowledge. The leaderboard for those who were playing the scavenger hunt. We just want to acknowledge who the winners are. I imagine y'all know who won. Aleda Cantuli. Woo! But listen, also Karen Anglin. Woo! So Aleda, you will get a $50 Amazon gift card. Yes. And then also, Karen, you will get a $40 Amazon gift card as well. So expect those electronically from the association. And then also for our grand prize. Oh. Did you throw them away? This is what happens when you deal with your family. Just pull one. Yeah, we just need two. We just need 2 tickets. She said they're not wet. All right, that's good. You're one of those efficient cousins, aren't you? All right.
Now, if it's mine, y'all.
This is for a stay at Moody Gardens, y'all. 4, 7, 1. 4, 7, 1. Woo! The next one up is how many of you want to come back in 2023? Woo! Well, how about if you didn't have to pay registration? Woo! Let's see, who will that be? 4, 4, 9. Woo! He's coming forward. We definitely need your name for next year. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Cousin Gay. Okay, so the last thing up for business for us for the conference is that we want to um, basically take a moment and close out on a high note and something we can use. And we want to have an opportunity for one of our amazing vendors, which is Digital Resources, for their generous support for TxDLA as a platinum partner for the conference. And so at this time, Jay Coverly, I don't want to mess his name up. He will talk about 3 minutes or so about digital resources, and then also introduce our closing keynote speaker. At that time, we'll be able to leave after that, which will be Scott Abel.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm Jay Coverly. I'm with Digital Resources. We're really happy and proud to be a part of TxDLA. Nanette Cook and myself have been involved in this organization for about 22 years. It's been a great organization. We've really had a lot of success. A lot of people in this room are really driving innovation. We see that every day. We primarily focus on engineering and integration. So we do, we're installing the classrooms, installing the lecture halls. Innovation is really important. We're seeing, especially now with distance learning, with the Texas Digital Learning Association. I knew I was going to get that wrong because I've said Texas Distance Learning for so long. So the Texas Digital Learning Association, we're just a very proud member. And we also, before you leave, if you're walking out the door, just be aware we have the best popcorn in the room. It's in the back corner, back left corner of the room. A lot of you already probably tried that. But it's been my pleasure. I get to introduce the final keynote speaker. Named Leadership and Innovation Manager with oversight of the Texas Health and Human Services Leadership Development Program. Scott is a seasoned veteran of public service, having served in various state government leadership positions for more than 12 years. Scott speaks frequently on leadership, communication, innovation, and generational differences. Scott has also provided leadership in the field of higher education and intercollegiate athletics as a senior administrator at various universities and with the National Collegiate Athletic Association, where he is the youngest elected chairman of the organization's prestigious legislation committee. Please welcome Scott Abel.
Hey, good to see you. Thank you, TxDLA. Thank you so much for inviting me to help close out your conference. And thank you for sticking around for the closing keynote, because I know you've had an amazing 3 days there in Galveston at your annual conference. I also know that I'm the only thing standing between you and home right now. So this is going to be a lot like what Elizabeth Taylor told her 5th husband when they got married. I'm not going to keep you long, but it's going to be entertaining. So thank you so much for sticking around for this closing keynote. And I do know that you've had, fresh off of spring break, you've had a lot of fun. You've now been in Galveston for 3 days, having a lot of fun. And so you definitely want to keep that going. I know that my family's had fun. We are also fresh off of spring break last week. And so re-entry this week has been a little bit of a challenge, getting back into the swing of things. But one of the things that was just so much fun for my family and I was that we actually like to do laser mazes. Actually, my youngest daughter loves to do them. My oldest daughter, not quite so much. My wife, not quite so much. But my youngest daughter, who's a competitive cheer athlete, so I mean, she's very flexible and all that kind of stuff, can contort herself into a pretzel, a couple times over. But she loves the challenge of laser mazes, where you have to go from one end of the room to the other, and you can't break any of the lasers. You can't cross over. If you do, I mean, it's like Fort Knox has been violated. I mean, a bunch of smoke and sirens and whistles and all that kind of stuff. But she loves the challenge of getting through from one side to the other. And so she's always asking one of us to go with her. And invariably, it always kind of falls to me. I'm trying to be cool dad. And I love to go in there into that laser maze with her, and in my mind, I am still very much able to do a lot of the things that I did decades ago. In my mind, it feels like my body physically could do all the things that I did years and years and years ago. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a birthday every year. And so my body ages a little bit. And when I try to do these things, my body reminds me. It corrects the idea that I've had in my head that my body can't quite do the things that I used to do. My knees and my ankles and every other joint in my body just simply does not work as well as it used to. And I'm reminded of this cold, hard reality every time I go through a laser maze with Allie, my youngest daughter. We were recently, we went through one, and I was doing fairly good. I was doing good, and we made it from one end of the room to the other. And if you do it, usually there's a timer. And if you get from one end of the room to the other, and there's usually a sensor, a light at the end of the room that you tap. And when you tap that, it tells the game you've made it all the way from one end of the room to the other without breaking a laser. And if you do it under a certain time, you level up to the next level, where the lasers are in different positions, and maybe there might be more. Well, Allie and I were just on fire that day. And I think I'd prepped the night before, I was on the heating pad. I took a lot of Motrin. And so physically I was ready. I was just in prime shape. I was ready to go after this laser maze that we had found. And we had gone through several levels. And man, I'm excited. We're making it. We're going up a level and up another level and up another level. And I know where these lasers are. And I've kind of got my routine down. And I know how I'm going to, bend and kind of maneuver around these things. And then all of a sudden we advanced to a different level, and the whole thing completely changed on us. And instead of those lasers being fixed, the lasers moved. And not just moved to another fixed spot, they moved randomly at different times to different places, where it was very, very difficult. It was hard to figure out in a particular approach, a pattern to try to get from one end of the room to the other. It was very confusing. It was very bewildering to me. And not only that, but the target at the end also shifted. So as soon as we started moving in one place, the target that we were trying to hit, the sensor at the end of the room, bounced over to the other side. And so it was difficult. Then we had to readjust our target, our approach to the target. And I was really struggling with that. And my daughter finally kind of looked at me, and she was able to really kind of be very nimble and agile and stuff. And she's trying to give me advice. She's trying to coach me up, trying to coach Dad up. And she just started coaching me about, hey, Dad, you can't just focus on one laser. You have to think about the other lasers and where they are and where they're going. They're in different places, Dad, different places. Think about different lasers. There's the one laser in front of you, but then there's the other laser coming up. And so she's giving me advice on, I'm still taking the same approach, but now I'm thinking about different lasers at the same time. But it was definitely challenging. And it took a while to adapt and get used to this changed environment. But it made me think about kind of what we have all gone through over the last 2 years as teachers, as communicators, as educators, as presenters. One of the things that we have definitely undergone has been a massive shift as well with what you and I do. In fact, before COVID hit 2 years ago, our team and our agency, we had some things pretty mapped out. We knew exactly what we were doing, all that kind of stuff, as I'm sure you did as well. In fact, our team and our agency, we had a vision. We knew what our vision was for our team. We had a mission. We knew what our mission statement was. We knew values, team values and behaviors. We had all that down. That was all just crystal clear in our mind. And most importantly, we had a model. We had an approach to training delivery. We had an approach to engagement. We knew how to do presentations and talks and training events, half day, full day, multi-day. We had a model that we had spent years building and perfecting, and we gotten used to it. We knew it. We knew it intimately, as I'm sure you did. But then COVID hit. And just like you, boy, we were faced with a ton of uns. And what I'm talking about is the uncertainty, the unexpected, the unprecedented, the unbelievable, the unknown, the unending, unseen, unsteady, unpredictable. Those are a lot of the words that start with UN that I could come up with, and I'm sure you can come up with a lot more. But those are the ones that came readily to mind when I was thinking about that. But there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown. We just didn't know how to do these things. Having to switch from totally doing in-person stuff to now completely going to the other end of the spectrum and do everything exclusively virtual. We didn't anticipate it. We didn't really know a whole lot about how to do it. We were having to do completely radically different things. But after COVID hit, our vision, our mission, our values and behaviors did not change. We still had the same vision, just like you do. You still have the same mission. The why did not change. The why did not change. It didn't change for you. It did not change for us either. Our why was still the same. But just like you, when we worked, where we worked, how we worked, all that did change. And boy, did it. We went from one approach, one model, to something completely unknown, completely different. All that radically changed, and changed without our permission, and changed in an incredibly short amount of time. And because of that, we face, probably like you, we face an incredible amount of doubt and uncertainty, having to do things that we did not really know, we did not feel comfortable with. We were struggling, both just from a delivery standpoint and just emotionally, just feeling secure and confident with what we were doing. We struggled with that. So if you face doubt and uncertainty in the midst of all this huge upheaval in terms of training and delivery and teaching and communicating, hey, you're in good company. Because I think that's something that we all experience. And I think that's a natural human condition for all of us. That anytime we face something that we don't know, it's uncertain, it's unknown, it makes us uncomfortable, we definitely want to push back and go in the opposite direction. But like you, we did not have a choice to go in a different direction. Because of the change, the disruption that impacted our learning environments, we definitely had to go into the realm of virtual. But here's something that you probably have figured out. As you have gone through this huge transformation over the last 2 years, is the dirty little secret of leadership. And you as a teacher, as a communicator, as an educator, you are definitely a leader. And the leadership secret is simply this, that as a leader, we don't always have all the answers. And as leaders, we don't always know what to do all the time. And in fact, if we were rigorously honest, we would say that, a lot of times we're just kind of making things up as we go. And we definitely did a lot of this. When COVID hit and we had to transform from doing 100% in person, now 100% virtual, we didn't have the answers about how to effectively communicate and deliver content in a strictly virtual environment. We didn't always know what to do, how to engage, and what platform to use, and all the ins and outs of how we can infuse and elevate the level of engagement with our virtual audience and us as communicators. And a lot of times we were just shooting from the hip and making it up as we went along. But as we now have transitioned over the 2 years and gone from 100% in person to 100% virtual, and now we're going to that in-between spot, which is known as the land of hybrid. And for some of you, you've already been there. You've already embraced some of this hybrid stuff. And for those of you maybe like us, hybrid training delivery, hybrid learning environments, that is the new frontier. And we agree with the research. We agree with the shifting landscape that hybrid is our new normal. It is here. It is now. And it's not going away. And so our team has definitely leaned in over the last 7 months of doing hybrid learning environments, hybrid content delivery, when you have two different audiences at the same time. We've got the live audience in front, and we have the virtual audience on screen at the same time, undergoing the same training. But I'm sure for you as a trainer, as a communicator, as an educator, you definitely have a preference. And some of the things that we have wrestled with, in fact, probably the biggest question we've wrestled with, and it's probably the biggest question you've wrestled with, is now in a post-pandemic world, what is the better format? Which one is better? Is it better to be in person, or now that we have gone radically shifted to a virtual, digital, on-demand world, is it better to just remain virtual? Which one is better? And we've wrestled with that. And we've gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Which one is better? And the best example that we could come up with was a live sporting event. If you pose the same question, which one is better? Well, definitely they have some pros and cons. If you go to the live sporting event, definitely you've got that energy and that excitement, unless you're there to either, watch the Dallas Cowboys, just lose their way out of going to the playoffs, or, you've there, whatever your team is that you love and you like being there, there's some type of energy. There's a natural energy and excitement that you feel in the crowd. You know, just the sights, the sounds, the smells, it can't be replicated anywhere else. But then again, you know, if you want to go to the bathroom, you have to stand in line. If you want to go to the concessions, you got to stand in line and pay an awful lot of money. And parking, well, let's don't even get started on that. That's, you know, that'll be like a mile-long hike to and fro from your car to the venue. But then there's also sitting in a home. Hey, I've got the comfort of the couch and seeing it on my TV, and I don't have to wait in line for the bathroom. I don't have to wait in line to go to concessions. Hey, the concessions are actually free for me, but I don't have that energy and excitement. It's missing. It's kind of quiet in the house. So which is better? Is it better to be in person, or is it better to see it on the screen? And the answer simply is, and you've probably discovered this as well, is that it depends. It depends on the person. It depends on the day. For instance, depending on you and depending on the day, depending on the margin and bandwidth that you have, you probably going into the restaurant and sitting down and having your meal is optimal. You've got the time, you've got the bandwidth, you know, who you're with and what's happening in that day. You've got the time and you kind of can prefer it. It's easier for you to go in. You have the luxury of being able to go to the restaurant, sit down and have your meal. Or maybe it's a day in which you've got so many things going on, both personally and professionally. Time is a precious commodity, and it just is so much easier and more efficient if you pick up the exact same meal, but do it through the drive-thru. You're experiencing the same meal, but you're taking a different approach to the meal. So the answer, is it better to be in person or is it better to be virtual? Is simply this for you and me. It depends on the person and it depends on the day, because those things may change often. So the bottom line, though, if you have already checked out mentally, you're already thinking about all the stuff you've got going on back home. You're thinking about the road trip. You're thinking about, you know, all the stuff that's waiting for you after today. If you hear nothing else from me today, if you'll just remember this one thing about the bottom line when it comes to hybrid training and delivery, it's this: our audience has changed. And as a result, our tactics have to be different. Our audience has changed. Our audience is not simply 100% in person or 100% virtual. The audience has changed. It's now a blend of both at the same time. And because our audience now has changed, our tactics for communication, our tactics for training delivery have to be different. Now, remember, you are always giving one training, but to two audiences. And that's the unique challenge of hybrid training delivery. One training, two audiences. They're two distinctly separate audiences who are going through the same training at the same time from the same communicator. That's the unique challenge of hybrid. Now, we have definitely leaned into this over the last 7 months. Now, we don't know everything there is to know about hybrid training delivery, but I'm going to share with you what we have learned over the last 7 months. I'm going to give you some applications, some things that you can take with you leaving today that you can apply right now, whether hybrid is on the horizon, and that's something that you're kind of thinking about, you're starting to move in that direction, or hey, you're already in the midst of hybrid training delivery. Maybe there's some things here that I'm going to share with you today, things that you can pick up and start applying immediately. But remember, tactics matter. And so our tactics with how we engage and communicate with the audiences definitely matter. So one of the things that we have to do is we show open hands when we greet. When the training delivery starts and the lights and the camera comes on, we show open hands. Because remember, how weird, how awkward is it that when you meet someone and say hello, they're keeping their hands behind their back? That they don't wave. They don't extend their hand. And the same thing is true for our virtual audience, is that we show open hands and we wave. We greet them. We try to normalize the experience as much as possible for the virtual aspect of the hybrid audience. The second one is to use singular pronouns. Singular pronouns. Now, sometimes for some of us, this can be a hard transition and something that takes a while to be a little bit intentional about, but there's some brain science behind this. So you'll recall that when I came on the screen, I definitely stuck with a singular pronoun. I said you. I said you, because if there's a virtual audience, when you look around the virtual audience, they are usually sitting by themselves. So if I have a in-person audience and a virtual at the same time, if I've got a true hybrid audience and I start using plural pronouns the whole entire time, I'm saying, hey, good to see everybody. Hey, I'm throwing in y'alls and everyone and everybody and all that kind of stuff. That makes total sense to the in-person audience, but to the virtual audience, that does not match their reality. That immediately creates a disconnect. So for the virtual audience sitting at home, sitting in their pajamas, in their fuzzy slippers, got the laptop up at the kitchen table, sipping on their hot cup of coffee, and I start using plural pronouns of, hey, you all, y'all, everyone, everybody, that does not match that participant's reality. And now they're looking around and like, everybody, what do you mean? It's just me sitting at the kitchen table. So all of a sudden that creates a mental disconnect that what the communicator is saying does not match the reality of the participant. The other one is to smile and amp up. Smile and amp up. And we all know about the camera. The camera, the saying that has always gone, the camera adds a little bit of poundage, adds a little bit stuff to us, to our appearance. The camera does that, unfortunately. Yes, that's true. But the camera also, the research has shown, the camera actually also, in addition to the appearance, the camera actually drains 20% of your personal energy that comes across. So the camera is on and you're engaging with the virtual aspect of your audience in a hybrid environment. 20% of your personal energy is lost in translation from you through the camera lens to them visually. The camera drains 20% of your personal energy. So automatically when the lights come on, the camera is on and you are engaging, we're automatically, before we've ever said a word, we're operating at a deficit. We're operating at a deficit. So to keep the virtual aspect of that hybrid audience engaged, tuned in, dialed in, leaning forward, paying attention to what you're saying, we have to amp up the energy a little bit more to keep them with us. Now I want us to look at the camera. That was one of the weirdest things, one of the things that we struggle with the most when we're trying to engage with our virtual audience, because it's easy with the in-person audience. It's easy with that aspect of the hybrid audience, the people who are in the room. We're naturally looking at them. We're drawn to them. We're educators. We're teachers. We're communicators. We want to communicate to the people who are right in front of us. It was easy to re-engage with them. But then all of a sudden, remember, oh yeah, there's a ring light and my little white light is on with next to the lens on my laptop and the camera is pointing at me. Oh yeah, I have a virtual audience. And so we struggle with, okay, when am I supposed to look at the camera? When do I, because if I wait until that moment where I think, oh yeah, there's a virtual audience, by then it's too late. I've already neglected them for too long and they've kind of checked out. They feel like they're being ignored. They're not as valued and appreciated as the in-person audience. So we wrestle with trying to figure out, when do you look at the camera? And so if you ask me, hey, when do you look at the camera? My simple answer is, I don't know. I don't know. But we figured out, we just picked four places that if all else fails, we know these 4 moments, this is when we're going to directly look at the camera and engage the virtual audience with our hybrid environment. Number 1 is when we have a punchline of a joke. We're going to deliver the punchline to the camera, to the virtual audience. The in-person audience is going to get it. They're right there, man. They're already hanging on the joke. They're already hanging on the lead up and stuff. But then right when we get to the punchline, we're going to look right at the camera. I'm going to deliver the punchline, the zinger, to the camera because I want to engage the virtual audience. The emotional point of a story. Everybody's been with me on the high point of the story. And then when I get right to the gut punch, the zinger, the line that just brings home the whole story, I'm going to deliver that line, deliver that moment to the camera. If I have a bottom line statement, a sticky statement, I mean that, hey, if you, I kind of used one a little bit earlier, a bottom line statement that if you tune out, if you don't listen to anything else, if you don't remember anything I've said today, please remember this. I'm going to deliver that line directly to the camera. And then lastly, an engagement question, not just a rhetorical question, not just something that I'm going to ask for them to think about, but it's an engagement question. Meaning that I'm going to ask this question because I definitely want a response. I want them to turn on the camera and talk back. I want to ask them a question and direct them to go type their responses in the chat. It's an engagement question, eliciting an action from them. I want to deliver the engagement question to the camera. So we found that those are 4 times in which we know that when we are training, when we're delivering content, we're going to look at the camera so that the virtual half of our hybrid audience still feels engaged and they feel just as valued as the in-person audience does. The other thing is that interactive is critical when we're communicating in a hybrid audience. Interactive is critical. We've got to make sure that not only both audiences are engaged, but then they also engage with one another. We want to try to level the playing field as much as possible. So what we came up with is called a rule of 10. It's not really a rule. It's more of a guideline. It's not a hard and fast rule, but we like saying rules just easier and quicker, faster to say. So we say rule of 10, but it's really a guideline. It's about roughly every 10 minutes. about roughly every 10 minutes, we want to change up the delivery pace. We want to change up the activity of what we're doing. So if we're talking every about 10 minutes or so, we want to throw in a poll, or we want to direct the whole audience, both in person and virtual, into breakout rooms. Or we want them to go into the chat and type a response, give some kind of answer there. Or we've got some discussion questions, engagement questions, which everybody is going to respond to. And so if it's our virtual audience or in-person audience, we want them to respond. And one of the things that we also do is that we ask that if you are a virtual attendee, if you want to answer, we ask you to turn on your camera and speak to the audience so that our in-person audience can see them on camera as well. And then also that we want to keep the energy up, the engagement level up. So oftentimes when we do breaks, we will go ahead and throw in some break timers with some embedded music, some playlists of songs that people in the audience know. And so that gets them, still creates an incredible environment, but still gets them tuned in and paying attention to the screen. So interactive is critical. Rule of 10, about every 10 minutes or so. Break up the pace so that it keeps both different halves of the audience engaged and starting to interact with one another. The last thing I would say about tactics, about our tactical approach with delivering content in a hybrid environment is our bite-sized content. Remember, you're a virtual audience, and it's not quite as challenging in person, although, the audience still feels they're pretty sly because, you will see them every once in a while, with the camera down. They're trying to be very covert, with the camera, down. They'll hide it underneath the table and trying to not move their thumbs, they're trying to move their thumbs very subtly and stuff, but we see it. But it's not quite as challenging in person, but with your virtual audience, remember the deck is stacked against you as the communicator. With a virtual audience, there's so many other things in their environment that are competing for their attention. You are probably not going to be the only browser that is open. So in order for them to stay focused on us, on our browser, what we want to do is we want to make sure that the content is bite-sized. So give you an example. What is easier for you to get through? One 50-minute chunk of content or 10 5-minute chunks of content? Easier for me. I can focus. I can bear down and focus really hard for 5 minutes at a time. I can do that. A lot easier. If you want me to sit here and stare at the screen for 50 minutes or longer without any type of break, that's going to be a challenge. So bite-sized content in order to keep both audiences tuned in and engaged are key in a hybrid environment. Now, one of the questions I want to leave you with is this, because our whole world has shifted dramatically over the last 2 years. Everything that we're doing now is digital and it's on demand. That's the world in which you and I and our audience members, our students, our participants, that's where they live as well. I mean, how often do we watch live TV anymore? Not that often, not that often. In fact, most of the TV viewing, movie watching, all that kind of stuff that our family and people that we know is done by streaming. It's done on demand. We watch what we want, when we want, how we want. Our audience is the exact same way. They live in the exact same world. So what we need to do is start creating digital content that's going to keep them engaged between our training sessions. So creating digital content so that's on demand, they can access it anytime from any device, between sessions, between teaching sessions, that keeps them engaged with what we are working on and what we're learning. So my question I want to leave you is this: how many people on your team are waking up every single morning thinking about your team's digital content and digital audience? If the answer is 0, not much is going to change for you. Not much is going to change. So that was a question that our team got that really stopped us in our tracks. And we're like, okay, we completely need to devote to this. We need to have someone hyper-focused on creating digital content to keep our digital audience engaged as much as possible. And so we definitely leaned into this direction, and we're totally embracing digital content on demand for our audiences to keep them further engaged. But I know this can be difficult for a lot of you. I know it can be weird trying to speak to 2 different audiences at the same time. It's definitely weird, it's definitely challenging, but understand our audience has changed. And as a result, our tactics, our approach has to change as well. But it can be very awkward. It can be so awkward. In fact, I know about this. I just want to encourage you with this illustration. I want to encourage you with this illustration. As we wrap up in the conference and we're getting ready to hit the road and get back into our work environment and we're starting to deliver content and train and communicate, I just want to leave you with this one illustration, especially if you're thinking about the hybrid training model. There's a tour company up in the Swiss Alps. And what they do is they take day-long hikers, day-long excursions up to one of the lowest level peaks in the Swiss Alps, to where it's like a day-long hike. You just set out with a tour guide, a couple tour guides. It's nothing strenuous. You're not like rappelling and belaying or anything like that, but you're taking off on a nice hike. You leave off at dawn and you just head up the trail and you go all the way up to the summit and then you come back right at dusk. And so this tour company takes hikers up on these day-long hikes up to one of the summits of one of the Swiss Alps. But at the halfway point of this particular hike is what they call the halfway house, and where they have a big roaring stone fireplace. They have hot soup and sandwiches and board games, big, nice, huge, comfy chairs and stuff. And it's just so nice. It's so comfortable. You can get refreshed and rejuvenated and, fueled back up and kind of get the chill off of you, and then once you're ready, hey, the tour guides set off and they finish the hike up to the summit and then they come back down. But the tour guide says that the same thing happens every single time. That when they get to the halfway house, it's kind of, there's a lot of frivolity. Everybody's enjoying the day, all that kind of stuff. And they're kind of getting refreshed, refueled, and kind of warmed back up. They've eaten some sandwiches, had some hot soup and stuff. They've gotten off their feet for a little bit. But then the tour guide say, okay, it's time to finish the hike. It's time to go to the top. The tour guide says the same thing happens every single time. That there's always a group that says, we'll stay here. Y'all go ahead. We'll catch you on the way down. And so the other tour guys take the rest of the company and they continue the hike. And at the halfway house, one part of the house is complete glass, where you can look out these huge panoramic vistas and views of the Alps, and you can see up the rest of the trail. And those who stay behind will walk up to the glass and they'll kind of point and wave at their friends, kind of track their progress and maybe point to them and go, ooh, it's cold where you are, but they're nice and warm and toasty inside the halfway house. But the tour company says that not only does that happen, the following happens without fail. That shortly after the rest of the group sets off, they notice that inside the halfway house, it begins to get very quiet. And in fact, it gets to the point where you can hear nothing but the crackling fire in the fireplace. That's the only sound that can be heard. And then shortly after the silence, the tour company says there's a melancholy, a sadness that begins to descend on the halfway house. And they say the reason why is because every single person at the halfway house has come to the exact same realization that what they had set out to accomplish, the challenge that they had set out to overcome, they would not complete, that they had settled for staying where it was comfortable. I share that illustration with you to encourage you and to remind you that you are uniquely gifted and you are uniquely positioned. Where you are right now, the people that you are presenting to, training to, teaching to, communicating to, you are uniquely positioned to take people further in their learning. And you definitely have what it takes to go to the summit. When you look at that insurmountable mountaintop that may for many of us be hybrid training delivery, training to two audiences at the same time, that can definitely be a scary challenge. But I promise you, you have what it takes to summit that mountain. And I encourage you to continue the journey. Thank you so much, TxDLA, for allowing me to be here to close out your incredible conference. Thank you so much for all that you do, and please be safe traveling at home because there's somebody at home who misses you. So take care. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next year.
Well, I hope that was worth the stay to encourage you to keep going on. I will take full claim. He works with me. But also, I wanted to just bring this to your attention as you're leaving. This should have been in your bag as well. These are upcoming events. Encourage you to get involved if you aren't already involved. And these are opportunities. So look forward to seeing all of you. Please be careful going home. Thank you again for all of your attention this week, and hope that you are taking some jewels home with you as you journey home. Thank you.
Can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love.